As a white female, there are a few times I've felt the danger of a single story. Certainly I've been categorized as a weak girl. You can't pick that up. Here, let me do it. Admittedly, sometimes a taste of chivalry is nice. However, chivalry can often limit a girl's tenacity. I try to exemplify this for my daughter around the house by sharing the house responsibilities of mowing the lawn and fixing things as much as I can. I do remember feeling pigeonholed during my travels. My husband and I love to travel, and on one particular trip we spent a week with a tribe in Fiji. We were the only Americans in the group and were surrounded by other couples from Denmark, Sweden, Germany, and numerous other countries. On many nights we'd gather around and share stories. This was my first trip for a longer period outside of the US, with the exception of Canada and Mexico, which I felt didn't really count toward my world travel tallies. Traveling through New Zealand and Fiji was my first time being the outsider, the one who people wanted to talk with because they wanted to hear my accent. I thought that was pretty funny. However, on one particular night, we got to talking about characteristics of our countries, and the majority of the group focused on my husband and I. You Americans are always so brash. You always expect people to know English. You're loud. You think everyone wants to be like you. You think you are the best. Dave and I just sat and listened. I was shocked. My first look at what the rest of the world thought of Americans was not so pretty. I asked them about Parliament and their various government structures, and I tried to defend our democratic system. They laughed in our faces. They replied, "We have 3 words for you, O.J. Simpson." They were right. A few years later, I got a chance to travel to Europe for free. But because of the shenanigans going on with the Bush administration at the time, I turned down the trip. I didn't want to be that American who thought the world should bow to their every need and address their every concern. I was embarrassed by the politics that defined our American culture. That experience has stayed with me nearly 20 years later. I tried very hard when we traveled to be respectful of the culture, and that includes the volume of the conversation, the topics that are off limits, etc. I spent a lot of time trying to connect with people. But the good news, after all of this, is I've made a lot of international friendships that have lasted decades.